Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome out to Notre Dame High School in Green Bay, Wisconsin. Johnny Sam, Dom D'Angelo, my co-partner here for the evening and the rest of the season. 13-0, Triton's lead. We do apologize about the late start. As we see the punt, that one's going to get knocked down, and it's going to be picked back up by the Devils, and Green Bay East is going to maintain possession, but it is 13-0, so we got to change the scoreboard. But finally, we got the stream going. Had some technical difficulties, which resulted in a late start. So, Dom, impressions in the early going?
Notre Dame has really controlled the line of scrimmage so far, both offensively and defensively. That's the second block punt already in this first quarter. And on the first two possessions that they've had offensively, both have gone for short passes that have led to long touchdowns. So Notre Dame really controlling the line of scrimmage right now.
Without a doubt, Notre Dame is looking like the better team in the early going, and the score's surely showing that. As we got a 13-0 scoreboard once again, and Notre Dame taking on Green Bay East on this Friday evening. The second week of school for you, I believe, right?
Correct, yes.
That's always a good thing.
Talking to a lot of people ready for the long weekend. Hope all of you out there enjoy some time off this 3-day weekend.
It'll be 1st and 10 on the Green Bay East
22-yard line. Still having a little bit of technical difficulties, it sounds like. I don't know what is going on because we should be connected. It says, again, why does it say that? It's not optimal. I don't think we might be live, but we don't know. Video duration's not moving. We're going to have to take another step here. Just take a few moments here. We'll be right back in a couple seconds, see if we can get this figured out. I'm not sure why our video stream is not working quite to our likings. All right, welcome back, welcome to the Notre Dame football, ladies and gentlemen. Kind of a whirlwind of the first opening minutes, but Johnny Samp, Dom D'Angelo had some problems with the stream. We believe we finally got it figured out. We're not 100% confident, but here we are on this Friday evening. Dom, sophomore, right, of Notre Dame Academy?
Yes.
getting his first call in. It's always a good thing. As we look on, is Green Bay East took timeout, but it's been 2 block punts. One was called back, though, on the side of Green Bay East, and they're going for a 3rd punt here. Not able to get out of their own red zone and having all sorts of troubles in that category. Ball taken in, kicked into the air. It's going to sail to about the 40-yard line, just inside. Going to be taken back by Notre Dame, running it through the middle of the zone. Now shedding some tackles. Make it all the way back, but he's going to get stopped a little bit short at just about the 15. Heineke with a good return.
Munoz on the tackle for the Red Devils.
Be interesting to see when Notre Dame comes out in here. 2 pass plays in their first drive.
Yeah, Notre Dame working in on the other half of, or on the offensive half for them. But nonetheless, it should be another scoring opportunity. Once again, the scoreboard reads 13-0 in favor of Notre Dame. 4:24 left in this first quarter. For those of you just joining us on the stream, we do appreciate it, but we did have problems with the video source, so we're going to have to figure that out for next week. As we see inside, man in motion, going to be taking it, and now around the outside, it's going to be taken by Notre Dame. He's going to make it inside the 10 into the 8. And a good run there by Glossny.
Marzik on the carry for Notre Dame.
Excuse me, that was Martzik on the carry there.
Gain of 9 on the play. Brings up 2nd down on 1.
So 2nd and 1, ball on the 9-yard line, and Notre Dame knocking on the door.
You like Wallatine here in one-on-one coverage.
Takes a snap, hands it off. This one's going to be taken up the middle, running through some tackles, not going down at all.
Blum, the ball carrier.
And Plum with another good carry, or Blum rather, with a good carry, and that'll make it a little bit shorter for another first down. So inside the mindset of the coaches, it's going to be a first down and short. As we look on, score clock has not even recovered from that. And it'll be a 1st and 4. I formation set. Notre Dame looking to take the snap. Takes it. They're going to be handed off straight up the middle and north to south running. That should be good for a touchdown.
Ian Blum, touchdown.
So Ian Blum gets a touchdown, and that's going to be the 3rd score of these opening minutes. Once again, 19-0. And we'll see if they can't make it 20.
Once again, great push up front from the offensive line that time.
Notre Dame dominating the early going. Going to look to continue that and try to make things happen from there. As we see the field goal kicker out. It's going to be taken. Snap, kick is up, and that one will be good.
The extra point is good. You scored.
And we're going to have a 20-0 scoreboard, so it's a top-heavy game in favor of Notre Dame. Didn't mean to rhyme there, just did it accidentally. As we see the flag man run up and down the field, Notre Dame once again dominating the early minutes and just keeps on going.
Going to be interesting to see what Green Bay East comes out here in this drive, already down big in this first quarter, see if they can get something down the field. They had a couple of completions on vertical routes to the tight end last week.
But the kickoff is going to be for Notre Dame. They're going to knock it down the field and look to bring on the defense, who hasn't seen much playing time in these early minutes. So score remains at 20-0, Notre Dame in the lead, and a healthy one indeed.
Josh Munoz and Isaiah Lyons back deep for the Red Devils.
Munoz and Lyons back for the Devils, and kicking off will be Grusin.
Already his 4th kickoff of this first quarter.
Grusin puts the right hand up, looking to knock it down the field. Ball placed at the 40. Now it's going to be kicked up into the air. That one's going to sail, going to be played on the backside by the Devils. Devils taking it to the far side, going to be chased on and knocked down.
Munoz on the return for the Red
Munoz
Devils.
able to get a few yards out of it, but not too much of an opening. So 1st and 10 coming for the Devils.
Got to think we're going to see a wide set trying to get something down the middle of the field.
As we see Devils take the snap, that play is going to get blown up right off the go, and a flag will be thrown as we look on. This one looks like it's going against the Devils.
False start. The call on Green Bay East.
Backs him up a bit, makes it
5-yard
first and
penalty from the line
15.
of scrimmage will bring up first down and 15 on the Green Bay East 15.
So ball will be placed on the 15-yard line. And Green Bay East will go back at it, first and 15. Red Devils look to put a man, their quarterback's going to be under center. It's going to take the snap, hand this one off right up the middle. Rather keep it, and nothing coming from that. Notre Dame all over the place. And they got the ball, they're in the end zone, but it doesn't look to be a touchdown. I haven't seen a ref signal yet. But nonetheless.
Looks like forward progress may have been stopped before the ball came out.
You know, sometimes that tricks you a little bit. You think the knee hit the ground, but it didn't quite.
Loss of 5
and
on the play.
It'll be a loss of 5 on the play. That'll make it second and 20
Brings up second down and 20 on
for the
10-yard
Devils.
line.
The ball will be placed at 10-yard lines. Red Devils not able to get it out of their own defensive zone, even their own defensive red zone. They got to open up the field a little bit. Can't go to the run. Notre Dame's been jamming that up. And there hasn't been much room for movement. As we take a look on, man in motion, they're running the wing. And it's going to be tossed off to the side. This one's going to bounce once, and Notre Dame's going to be all over that Red Devil, and that's going to be at the 2, perhaps?
May have been a backward pass.
Munoz, the ball carrier on the pitch.
Maybe the ball is blown dead. So Munoz was the intended receiver, not able to get there and
In on the stop for Notre Dame.
get the catch. And as we look, both teams are 0-2 this start of the season. Rough start for Notre Dame. They lost to Pulaski and then came to Bayport and didn't find much there. So it's been a rough start for the Tritons, but they're looking to pick up a win here against Green Bay East at home.
It's got to feel good for this offense to get some points on the board. They only had 3 points through the first 2 games so far this season, so seeing a big number up early in this ball game has to feel good for that offensive unit.
So as we look on, it's going to be the Devils taking back over on possession, or taking possession. They're inside their own red zone, looking to make the ball, get the ball outside the 20. A great pass rush by Notre Dame is going to lock it up, and not much happening there once again for the Devils.
Lions, the ball carrier.
So Lions gets credit with the carry,
On the stop for Notre Dame.
but nothing coming from it. Looks like punt units, or rather, they're going to, it's no gain on the play. We'll see what goes on here. It looks like the punt team's coming out.
Fourth down and 25 on the 5-yard line.
And 4th and 25 on the 5.
Augustine and Blum back deep for Notre Dame. To
Punter's got to be careful here. He's punting it from a step outside the end zone.
He'll put that one into the night sky. It'll be fielded on, played on by Notre Dame, heading over to the left side, the far side, rather. It's a good run. And this one's going to get all the way back in a touchdown scored by Augustine.
Max Augustine.
So Augustine takes it from the 35-yard line and puts it home, running along that far sideline. Nobody there to catch him. And that's going to be another score for Notre Dame.
Survived a few tacklers down that left sideline. Great balance for Max Augustine.
And just good field awareness to know where the opening was. He kind of came from the middle of the field, shifted over to the left side, and then took it in. And that'll likely make it a 27-point difference here in quarter number 1. As that one gets knocked through the uprights, we have 27-0 in favor of your Notre Dame Tritons. As Green Bay East hasn't been able to muster up any of the offense. And we got a 27-0 scoreboard. Taking a look at that last, series of plays, Notre Dame on defense, and then it turns right to the special teams, who turns it back into a score. It's got to be tiring on the defense after a while, you'd think.
You would think, but it also makes a difference where the starting field position for Green Bay East has been mainly inside their own 20-yard line. So even if it is a few-play drive, it's not getting very far down the field, at least thus far.
Once again, Johnny Samp, Dom D'Angelo. Dom's first time on the call. It's a great night to have you. And you'll be hearing from us all season. Hopefully we get the video problem worked out. Right now we're just going to have to roll with the radio broadcast. Not ideal, I understand, but at least we got something. Take that. As we'll see the kickoff once again for Notre Dame. As they're the last ones to score, 27-0 though.
Munoz and Lions back deep to return the kick from Nick Grusin.
Munoz and Lions back for the Red Devils. Green Bay East hasn't made it as far as their own 20-yard line and are looking to make a change there. Ball smacked up into the night sky. It'll be fielded on. It'll be taken back. It's going to be taken over to the far sideline, and a mean hit there by Notre Dame. Not much running room.
Munoz on the return for Green Bay East.
At about the 12.
It's another really good kick from Nick
Joey
Grusin.
Herning, first in on the stop for Notre Dame.
That ball fielded inside the 5.
Herning puts on the mean hit. And now it's going to be moved back slightly, and it'll be inside the 10.
Turn up to the 12-yard line.
12.
Bring up
I was
first
right.
Down and 10 for the Red Devils.
So ball on the 12. 19 seconds left in quarter number 1. 27-0. And, you know, just a lopsided start. So Notre Dame's going to come out. They're going to show. They're going to put 4 men on the line. A couple linebackers creeping in. Green Bay East looking to take the snap. Hand this one off, and it's going to be stuffed back in the backfield. Notre Dame, once again, putting on a good show in dominating fashion. And it looks like there's a fumble, and couldn't even see that one, but it's going to be recovered by the Academy, and now they get an easy 1st and 10.
Looked like some miscommunication on the handoff right there. Maybe the ball a bit loose on that handoff.
Gotta get a good handle on it when you're delivering the package.
Especially deep in your own territory.
Nonetheless, we see Notre Dame lining up. They put 2 receivers out to the left, and they put a single man in the backfield. They actually got a tight end out there, split end, as well. And a whistle will be blown. No snap taken.
Timeout, Green Bay East. This will be their second timeout of the first
And
round.
Green Bay East takes a timeout. So as we look on in the early going, it's been kind of, as I mentioned, lopsided. If you're Green Bay East, what do you say to your players to start getting things going?
It has to start with the next play. You can't. I think, first of all, they need to open up the playbook a little bit. When they're deep in their own territory like they have been most of the night, it's important to get some spacing so when you do want to run the ball, which they haven't been able to do too much success thus far, you have some space in the middle of the field for those inside handoffs. But I think they got to start taking some shots down the field to at least try to get something moving. And defensively, they just got to find a way to keep them out of the end zone here, force a field goal at the very, very worst.
Without a doubt. As we see the Tritons wearing their blue tops, white pants, white numbering, and I believe a little bit of green trim on there as well on the pants. And on the other side, the Red Devils wearing their white tops, and they got their red numbering and red pants, black trim for them. So, I formation for the Tritons. Gonna pump the leg once, put a man in motion, gonna take it over to the other side, dropping back, looking downfield, throws it over to the right side. That one's gonna be incomplete, in and out of his hands. Otradovic threw a good ball, is right at the head of the receiver.
Second and goal from the 8.
Dom, do we have a number on that one?
Looks like Charlie Hornacek, the sophomore.
Yeah, he was wide open, could have read a book back there, but just not able to pull it in.
It was interesting. He got behind the coverage in the back of the end zone and just had that one slip through his hands.
So it will be 2nd down and 8. Or 10, excuse me. Nope, rather 8. We're inside the 10. As we see Notre Dame lining up, they put two receivers out to the left, taking the snap, handing it, doing a fake handoff, now rolling out to the right, and there's a score for Notre Dame.
James Flanagan, touchdown Notre Dame.
Otradovac puts one for Mr. Flanagan, and that'll be the sophomore's touchdown of the game, and we got a 33-0 score at the end of quarter number 1.
That's their big play guy, James Flanagan. Tight end had a big catch last week against Bayport. Found himself open on the play action rollout in the back of the end zone.
So score is 33, looking to make it 34. Snap, hold, kick is up, and it is good. And it will be the end of the first quarter.
Notre Dame
34 to nothing.
At the end of the first quarter.
It's been all Notre Dame in the early going, but we will head to quarter number 2 and get things going from there. To start it off, it's going to be Notre Dame kicking the ball off once again. The kicker's getting some workouts in here tonight.
Well, that last throw by Otranovic was a beautiful throw. Getting hit on the lower half of his body after he let it go. Put it right where it needed to be for James Flanagan.
So Flanagan gets the score here as we start fresh. 12 minutes on the score clock for quarter number 2.
Team physician, Dr. Amy Romadine-Kratz. Physician's assistant.
Once again, Johnny Sam, Dom D'Angelo on the call here tonight. And we do apologize about no video. We had some problems in the early going, not able to get the video stream working, so we're going to have to settle with a radio broadcast. And this will be good experience for Dom and his first one. Radio is a good thing to learn because then you learn how to explain things to the fans.
Much more detail involved in radio.
Certainly is. As the ball will be placed at the 40. And kickoff will be sent back. I believe it's Munoz and Lyons to take the ball in for the Green Bay East Red Devils.
Grusin on the kick for Notre Dame. Lyons deep to return.
Lyons going to be the lone man back. They're going to change it up a little bit. As this one will be kicked back into, it'll be fielded, and now it will be dropped and rolling around the back of the end zone. Pick back up, and it's going to be tackled, and that one's going to be a safety. Touchback, rather.
Result of the play is a touchback.
Well, that was close.
I wasn't sure about that one. I thought for sure that was a safety, but touchback will be called. And it will be.
It was real close. Slipped out of Lyons' hands there. And he didn't make an effort to go get it until
he saw the blue shirts coming after him.
Exactly.
But nonetheless,
it'll be first and 10.
It's going to be a touchback. First and 10 from the 20.
Keep saying it. You got to open up the playbook a little bit here if you're Green Bay East.
You'd like to see it. We'll have to see what they go with. As Notre Dame showing heavy pressure once again, they're going to send the house. And a tackle will be made in the backfield. A tackle for a loss. No room to run on the side of Green Bay East. Lions not able to break anything, as he was flooded by a bunch of blue shirts.
Stanley Smith in on the stop for Notre Dame.
Smith on the tackle.
Man, he shot that gap through the offensive line in a hurry. May have sent a blitz on that
Loss
play.
of 3 on the play will bring up second down and 13 on the 17-yard line.
So second and 13 from the 17. Just a bad night for Green Bay East, looking to turn things around. And not really able to. Man in motion for the Devils. Going to be pitched around the outside. Ball's going to be dropped. And they're going to say it's a dead ball.
Lions' pass ball is incomplete.
Man, the first look at that, you may have thought that would have been a backward pass for a fumble. On that one, incompletion, the ruling.
Yeah, it's been a couple where it's, I thought it was backwards, but maybe not. the benefit of the doubt nonetheless.
They've had a few miscues. That's the second one tonight where they put a man in motion in the backfield, tried to swing it to him, and it either bounced or was a errant throw and went backwards a little bit.
Yeah, not a lot of success on the old swing routes. And you'd like to see him clean it up a little bit, just get things going. So Green Bay East will take their snap, 3rd and 13. Ball on the 17-yard line. Man in motion once again, taking the snap, and we're going to get, looks like a false start.
Illegal procedure.
And illegal procedure is going to be the official ruling on the field.
5-yard penalty from the line of scrimmage.
That'll move it back. Not much going right on the side of the Red Devils.
18 on the 12-yard line.
Another timeout taken by Green Bay East.
Their 3rd and final timeout.
So they've taken all 3 in the first half, and we still got 11 minutes left in this one.
Man, if you're head coach Levy Nelson, you got to be putting in your best play on this particular play, even if it doesn't pick up a first down, just to get some confidence in your guys right now.
I believe it's Levi. If I'm going to take it.
Oh, excuse me, Levi Nelson, head coach Levi Nelson.
No worries. Just keeping us in touch. As we have our 3rd timeout here, none by Notre Dame, all on the side of Green Bay East. They get a fresh 3 after in the second half. But with almost a 35-0 scoreboard, you got to try to break something up, try to come up with something.
We keep calling for it, some deeper routes over the middle. They've so far been sticking with the swing passes out of the backfield that haven't gone much of anywhere so far.
Yeah, and just bad coordination on the side. They're just not able to figure out timing-wise and other sorts of facts that are very crucial to high school football and any football.
3rd and 18 from the 12.
So it'll be 3rd and 18 from the 12. Snap taken. Going to be rolling to the right side and sat down in the backfield. Nothing opening up.
Brady Anderson now in at quarterback for the Red Devils.
So that was the substitution there. They put Anderson in.
Interesting
Dalkey,
decision.
among others, in on the stop for Notre Dame.
So Dalkey and a pack of Tritons. I don't know what you'd call it, a school, perhaps. They live underwater. It's like a fish, but they're mythical.
I like that.
A school of Tritons.
To punt for the Red Devils. Augustine and Blum to receive for Notre Dame.
So the punt unit on.
Once again, bad field position for a punt right here.
Yep, taken in, going to be knocked into the air. Not a very good punt. This one's going to bounce a few times. Going to be taken in, running to the right side. It'll be passing around, and now it's going to be cut up the field on the far sideline. And it looks like it's going to be out of bounds. Really close ball there, as Blum just could not find a way to get through.
It was real close. They mark him out. It looks about the 2 or 3.
Well, offense isn't going to have to do much to punch one in if you only got 2 or 3 yards.
With the push they've been getting up front so far, you'd think that they'd probably go with an inside handoff to...
Do have a player down on the side of East. He is on the sideline, though. Looks like medical staff is going to be assessing him.
Timeout for injury.
And we're going to get an official timeout for injury. We're going to take a quick step aside, but we'll be right back here in a few seconds.
your seats for halftime.
All right,
or
welcome
in the
back
game.
as we get
New
play
league tonight.
started again.
If
The
you
whistle's
please
been
pick up any
blown. Both
trash
sides
around
going to
your
head out,
seats.
and it's going to be
Cooperation would
on,
very much
you know, the
appreciated.
3-yard line. So not much work for Notre Dame. All they got to do is inside handoff, keeper give, maybe even the quarterback sneak.
It's not a bad option when you're this close to the goal line.
But you also don't want to injure, you know, your quarterback.
Very true. They got Wallatine one-on-one on the outside.
You think they're going to the fade route, and we have a man jump, and that one's going to move it even closer on the side of Green Bay East.
Just things that you can't have happen
Offsides on the Red Devils.
when you're trying to
Result will
make
be
a
half the
stop real
distance
close to the goal line.
So we'll retry it, and the ball will be placed at about the 1. Lining up, it's going to be an I formation. Otradovic is going to be taking the snap, rolling back, handing it off, and it's going to be in for a score. Ian Blum with another one. So Blum has seen his fair share of touchdowns in the early going.
Just like we said, inside handoff, when you're that close to the goal line, great push up front from the offensive line, easy touchdown.
Seem like you're kind of a bread and butter football guy. You like the pound, head knocking football.
People always want more scoring. I love a physical game, dominating the trenches. That's where you win games.
See, I'm a fan of, like, when I talk about, like, Badger football, I like when you roll it out, you make people shift. The whole line is now we got a 41-0 scoreboard. Just think it's more exciting, and I like to see it. But tonight it's been dominating inside the trenches, and that's all that's needed to be done.
They do say that motion is a legal form of cheating to see what kind of coverage the defense is in, man or zone. So I agree with you there.
It's always a good test. And I think it assesses skill level as well a little bit. You know, if you got a quarterback that can roll out to the right and left, whew, try stopping them.
Make off balance throws.
Yep, back foot throws. You're a Packer fan, I hope.
Correct.
Okay, wow, hesitation there. Scared me for a second.
No, it's all right.
Dom and I just met each other a few weeks ago, probably now close to a month.
Close to a month, I would say.
So we're getting to know each other a little bit, along with you guys listening in on a fantastic Friday evening. At least the rain passed through. I thought we were going to have some storms moving in, and that always makes it tougher for a broadcast.
So I was driving out to the stadium earlier this evening. Definitely a lot of clouds, but cleared up. Nice night here.
Beauty night. As we see the kickoff, this one's going to be a low squib kick. It's going to bounce around, and it looks like Notre Dame's going to have a chance at it. But it looks like Green Bay East got on top of it, or it rolled out of bounds.
Initially thought it rolled out of bounds, but maybe the player's momentum took him out of bounds.
We'll have to see, because that could be a big difference.
It's a big difference if you start on your own 40 opposed to where they have. It looks like around the 21.
So better field position for Green Bay East.
Going out of bounds at the 22-yard line where Notre Dame.
And it'll be at the 22. Green Bay East taking over. The Devils looking to get something going here. They're going to punch one here, I got a feeling.
They made a quarterback change on that last play. We'll see if he sticks in there.
Without a doubt, we wait on. The huddle breaks. They're going to send one man out wide to the left. And it looks like they're going to bring in a heavy backfield. Actually, just a lone man in the backfield, a couple wings in there as well. Man in motion, taking the snap, handing it off up the middle. This one will be taken up for maybe a yard or two, but not much more. Lions with the good carry.
They did make that switch at quarterback. Brady Anderson now in.
Dalkey on the tackle.
Dalkey's been all over the place. He used the man with the tackle, credited with it. And he's had a good evening.
Gain of 2 on the play brings up 2nd down and 8 on the 24-yard line.
So 2nd and 8 for the Red Devils. Gain of 2. Good way to start. Just got to keep following the pattern.
Keep it in manageable, down to distance. And even if that means 2 or 3 yard runs, that's something that you can manage opposed to 3rd and 15 when it comes up.
So 2 receivers out to the right, rolling back, now handing it off out the middle. Not much there. And, you know, I think I'd like to see him go for a pass play here. Just try to open something up.
Lions, the ball
They've been
carrier,
calling for it. They got the
Salty
freshman in at
Flanagan
quarterback.
on the
See if
tackle.
he's not afraid to let one loose here.
Gain of 1 on the play will bring up 3rd down and 7.
So 3rd
on
and
the
7.
25-yard line.
And Red Devils looking to try to make something happen. Clock keeps running as the ball, or it was a run play. And now we hit the 8:40 mark. Man coming in for the Red Devils, as they look to get things going. Both teams, once again, 0-2 coming into this game. And Notre Dame, prior to this one, only scored 3 points, but now has a big 41 on the scoreboard. As snap will be taken, swung out to the left side. Now it's going to be just a good hit stick there by a linebacker. And stops the momentum of the back. It'll be 4th down. So Notre Dame defense been dominating right up the middle, but their linebackers playing on the outside have been making some great tackles. And finding a way to get that shoulder in and not, you know, doing the arm tackle wrap up, but way to stick the shoulder in. It's a really big thing because that saves, you know, a 2-yard carry from a 5-yard carry.
You can see the game plan coming into this game. Green Bay East had some success running vertical routes down the field from the slot receivers, so maybe they're playing prevent defense from that.
So a high snap, punts downfield. It's going to bounce once. It's going to be taken in by Blom. It'll be taken over to the near sidelines. Rather, it's not going to be Blom. And he's going to stumble a few times, and that one will be picked back. Augustine with the good carry.
Max Augustine on the return.
So Augustine with a great return, and now it's inside the 10.
Over. 1st down and 10.
So 1st and 10 for Notre Dame at the 10-yard line. 7:17 on the clock as the scoreboard does stop after the punt. Notre Dame breaking the huddle. Looking to make something happen. Here's Notre Dame. One man out to the right, one man to the left. The man on the left is uncovered. As they go down, take the snap. It's going to be handed off up the middle. It's going to be taken inside. Round not falling down in a good spin. Here's a good carry there once again by LaViolette, excuse me.
Well, with the fullback dive on that play.
Yep, set it off, set 2. It's a great Madden play.
It is. You start the fullback offset to the quarterback when you have the tailback. They've been running that inside dive so successfully, maybe threw the defense off a little bit.
Nonetheless, it'll be a 2nd and 3. And we look on. 2 receivers out to the right, 1 to the left for Notre Dame. Now going down. It's going to be handed off. This one will be taken on. A little bit of pressure, a little bit of resistance, but it's going to be a score by Collins.
Jack Burnt, touchdown.
Or Burnt,
Notre Dame.
excuse me. So another score by Notre Dame. They're going to put up the 50 mark here. Just about in the early going.
Grusin on the kick. The extra point for Notre Dame.
So Grusin looking to knock one through the uprights and make it 48-0. Kick is up, and that one is good. We got a 48-0 scoreboard. And this one has been one-sided. As we wait for the kickoff, we'll take a few moments and step aside. We'll be right back here for the kickoff with 6:27 left in quarter number 2.
Grusin on the kick for Notre Dame. Lions deep. to
And
the
welcome
Red
back to Notre Dame Academy, 48-0. Dom, it's been one-sided to say the least. Quarter number 2, scoreboards reads with the time clock, 6:27. As Green Bay is looking to try to put something together, try to put together a drive. That's all you need. As the ball will be kicked up into the sky, taken back in, it's going to be taken over to the left side. Good move and a slide.
Lions on the return.
Lions
for
with the
Green
good
Bay.
carry.
A lot of blue jerseys in his area. I wonder if he just went down to avoid a big hit right there. They've been taking some big ones throughout this game so far.
Yeah, sometimes it's just saving the body a little bit.
19-yard line.
But they get the ball at the
First and
19.
10 for the Red Devils.
So not bad,
Some of their better field position to start a drive this evening.
without a doubt. As we wait on, Red Devils bringing a late man in. Notre Dame looks like they're ready for their defensive set. Clock is running, 5:40, and counting. One receiver out to the right, one to the left. Anderson under center. He's got a lone man in the backfield as well. He's going to take the snap, hand this one off up the middle, and just running into a wall in the sea of blue.
Maybe a yard gained on the play there.
I think you want to look to the outside runs, try to open things up on the outside. Perhaps it will be better than taking it right up the middle. Like I said, there's a school of Tritons right there.
But the issue with that is, as we mentioned in the last
Yeah,
drive,
they haven't coordinated.
the outside linebackers are playing more to protect the edge on that. So you would think that there would be some one-on-one coverage on the outside. You got to look to take a shot one of these times, you would think.
You know, just to open things up, let the wing loose, see what happens. Anderson under center. Puts a man in motion, takes a snap. Ball's going to be handed off right away. Good, best run of the game so far.
Without question.
It even tricked me.
Brady LaViolet in on
And
the stop
LaViolet with the stop, but that'll be a first down.
for Notre
See,
Dame.
at that time they ran the motion again, but they didn't swing it out to the swing route. They went with the handoff that time. The defense has been doing a good job at containing those corners, and they fooled them with the inside give that time.
And that's where I was talking about making
Gain up
people
to the
move. Got to
30-yard
make them
line.
move side to
It'll be first and
side
10.
and then try to burn them.
Absolutely.
The bootleg, one of my favorite plays in college football. Love it when a quarterback swings it out, either side. But first and 10 for the Tritons. Or not Tritons, Devils, excuse me. Anderson under center once again. He has one man in the backfield, a few set of wings. Now he's going to be taking the snap. This one's going to be dropped in the backfield. And once again, the Tritons all over the place.
They got one-on-one coverage on the outside, no deep safety. You got to look at that one of these times if you're Green Bay East.
Yeah,
Brings up second down and 11 on the 30-yard line.
but as we all know, it's got to come at the right time.
Absolutely.
Can't force it. Can only do so much to make things happen. So Devils will come out. They got a 2nd and 11. Ball on the 30-yard line. Anderson under center. He's got one man to the right, one man to the left. He's got a set of wings in with as well, and a lone man in the backfield is going to be handed off, taken over to the left side. And not much running room once again. Maybe back to the line of scrimmage, but not much more.
Ruby in on the stop for Notre Dame.
That'll bring up 3rd down as the clock hits 2:25 in quarter number 2. First half been kind of flying by, but that's also part in the run clock that has come to fruition.
Brings
Absolutely.
up 3rd down and 12 from the 29-yard line.
So 3rd and 12 from the 29.
Jeremiah Benson, the sophomore receiver, just checked in.
As we see the receivers come out, looking more of a spread here. We got two to the right. For the Devils, they got a set of wings and a lone man in the backfield. Anderson under center, one man in motion, going to be taking the snap, handoff right up the middle. And once again, nothing there.
Brooks, the ball carrier.
Stop made by Osbar.
Osbar on the tackle.
And that'll bring up 4th down.
Gain of 1 up to the 30-yard line. It'll be 4th and 11.
So 4th and 11, punt units come out. Punter getting good workout for Green Bay East, to say the least.
Brady Anderson on the kick for the Red Devils.
Anderson to kick it.
Christian Collins and Charlie Hornacek back to receive.
Hornacek and Collins back for your Tritons.
2 sophomores in to receive this kick. You wonder if maybe they'll get some playing time.
Late man in for the Red Devils. Late 2 men in.
Arian Moore coming in to be a lineman.
And now this one will be kicked up. Not the greatest snap, but it'll be knocked down right at the 50-yard line. And that's where the Tritons will start.
It's a nice catch that time by the sophomore.
With less than 30 seconds in quarter number 2. "33 seconds, excuse me, so we're just north of 30 mark.
Official timeout for injury.
As we have an injury on the field, Green Bay East once again.
Fans, as we are closing in on halftime, a reminder that the concession stand is open.
It's a beautiful evening here, a Friday night lights, as they like to call it. And no better place than in the booth.
Without question, without question.
Chick-fil-A chicken sandwiches. Make sure
Might
you
have to
get
go
down to the
grab myself a
concession stand
Chick-fil-A
at halftime.
chicken sandwich at the... to see if I can get myself a big thing of chicken for halftime.
That's too good an offer to pass up.
Well, you never know. You know who makes a really good chicken sandwich?
What's that?
Spicy chicken sandwich? Culver's.
Really?
Try the Culver's spicy. It has a kick to it, ladies and gentlemen. Highly, highly, highly recommend it. And you can take my word for it. Johnny Samp, make sure to get the mayonnaise, though. They don't put it on there complimentary. You got to ask for it.
Okay.
It's delicious.
Definitely have to check that out maybe after the game.
Perhaps. I don't know what time this one will be finishing up or wrapping up. But we do have the player off the field, and that's going to be number 51 on the Red Devils.
Gonzalez, the injured Red Devil.
Gonzalez. Giovanni Gonzalez, the man injured, but he looks to go under his, looks to be okay. As he is walking. So 33 seconds left, 48-0. Dom's first call of the evening, student at Notre Dame. Any specific subjects you like in your school year this year?
I'm big on English. I love writing.
I'm actually writing a book right now.
Well, there you go.
Yep. So, big writer.
Big writer.
It's good to know. You like math at all?
I do.
Oh, I didn't like math.
Really?
Nope. Wasn't any good at it.
For any of the students listening that go to Notre Dame, Mr. Guyette honors Algebra 2, basically a graphing course that teaches you a lot right there.
Certainly does. Good education with math. Some people are good at it, some are not, like myself. As this snap was taken, a little pitch play for Notre Dame is going to be taken up for about 4 yards.
Looked like Burnt again.
Yeah, he's been pretty good. He's come into the game here and
Burnt, the ball carrier for Notre Dame.
he showed up. Clock hits the 10-second mark in quarter number 2. Snap not likely to come off. As it looks like we're just going to head to half. Clock hits 3, 2, and 1. And that'll be halftime here from Notre Dame High School. Notre Dame leads it 48-0 in what seems to be, just a lopsided game. And one side's working, one side's clicking, one side's not. Thoughts and opinions on the first half?
We talked about it all night. The line of scrimmage, Notre Dame, especially defensively. Green Bay East has tried to run a lot of short swing passes or short runs that they've just been able to blow up early in the backfield, which has been a really occurring theme. They had him a couple times with inside carries that went for a few yards, but even after that, the drive more or less stalled out.
Yeah, Green Bay is not able to muster anything up. They're trying to get something to go. They ran those swing routes kind of to the outside, but then, you know, once you cross the line of scrimmage, there was an outside linebacker right there with his shoulder down. And it seemed like just nothing was working. You're kind of hitting that wall and just not able to break through. And I think they're hoping to see something in the second half on the side of Notre Dame. It's just going to be keep doing what they're doing, try to keep that ball on their side or on the other side of the field, and make sure they can, you know, keep that offense rolling.
Wouldn't be surprised if we see some young guys, underclassmen potentially coming in the second half with the score showing 48-0 right now.
So we're going to take a quick step aside for a halftime break, but we will be back for quarters number 3 and 4 and possibly OT if it does occur. So once again, thank you for listening into the first half. We'll be back in a few moments. You're listening to Triton Football on a Friday evening. Welcome back to Notre Dame High School. Johnny Samp and Dom D'Angelo here on the call for the second half of football. Notre Dame Tritons lead 48-0 and a lopsided early going. Some things to note, Notre Dame may play some of their backups in the second half just to get them some routines and some reps. Other than that, it's just been really one-sided ball game, and we'd like to see it get a little bit more even.
Yeah, absolutely. You want to see some fight out of Green Bay East in the second half here.
Haven't been able to muster much. But nonetheless, we got Green Bay East running in front of the fan section with the flag. Always fun competition.
See what student section can be the loudest.
Indeed, indeed. Looks like East is going to be returning here to open things up. Going to get first touches here in the second half. As we wait on.
Grusin on to kick off to start the second half for Notre Dame. Isaiah Lyons back deep to receive.
So Lyons back deep, and Grusin going to be able to kick it off. Get things going.
He's been busy tonight. Had a lot of kickoff opportunities thus far.
Yeah, you must think that right foot might be getting a little bit sore. As Grusin jogs up, kicks it, and puts it into the night sky. Going to be fielded back. It's going to be taken on by Lyons. Lyons carrying over to the left side. It's going to be running up. And looks like he'll make it to just about
Lyons on the return.
the 20.
Tackled by Joey Herning.
Foot didn't look sore there. Another good kickoff.
Indeed it was. And as the ball will be placed just north of the 20, about the 21.
The 22-yard line.
22, I was wrong.
For the Red Devils.
Hashes get hard to read up here in the broadcast booth. But nonetheless, 1st and 10, Green Bay East. Green Bay East bringing in some other players, just getting coordinated for the offensive stretch they're going to go on. As they're looking to get a first down, try to get things going, try to get the train moving a little bit. And because right now it's just been in stall and not much has come from it.
You'd like to start it off with a chunk play on the first play from scrimmage in the second half here.
As it'll be handed off, it'll be taken up to the outside. A good run, and it's going to get a first down. No, good run there. Totally surprised me. I thought the play was dead after a yard and a half. But managed to swing it outside. Brooks with a great carry, and that'll bring up a fresh 1st and 10. That's the chunk play you're looking for.
Absolutely. Now that opens up the playbook a bit more. You can do some different things. Okay, just had a good run. Maybe we mix in a short pass. Maybe we try to fake him out, go back to the inside run. The playbook opens when you get those chunk plays. So that was a really big first play in the second half.
Caught the Tritons sleeping a little bit. Well, do Tritons sleep? They are fish. Do fish sleep? Well, they're not fish. They're half fish, half human.
I don't think fish sleep, to be honest.
Well, they don't have eyelids. They can't close their eyes, but I think they rest. As this carry will be taken right up the middle, going to be just absolutely tortured by blue shirts. And just all over the place, but a decent run there. And that one taken up by Lyons.
Alex Rotier.
Just trying to think, when's the last time you saw a fish stay in one place?
Well, when they bed, when they have eggs, they kind of sit there.
That's true, but when's the last time you saw, like, in person, a fish lay eggs? So I'm not sure.
Well, haven't you had a fish in a fish tank? Sometimes they sit there.
Sometimes, but not crazy often.
But then the real question is, do Tritons sleep?
I think they probably do. I mean, they're more human than fish, I would think.
Well, they're half.
But their upper half is the human part.
That's true. As this run will be taken and going nowhere, but fighting for some yards as the Red Devils, and they continue to fight. The ball's been like handed over 3 times. Still not going down, and then finally they go down. It was an
Brooks,
absolute
ball
scrum.
carrier.
Brooks with a good carry, but just refusing to go down as he had a school of Tritons on him.
Surprised you didn't hear a whistle. It looked like that play was pretty dead from a few seconds into it there. No whistle to stop forward progress.
8:30 left in quarter number 3. Johnny Samp and Dom D'Angelo for you, those of you just joining us. We will get the video streaming up hopefully by next week. We had some technical errors, and that's why we're on a radio broadcast here this evening. So we do apologize. Devils come out with 2 receivers, or rather, they're going to keep it all bunched up inside. They're going to keep their 1 receiver out to the right and 1 to the left. Man in motion, swinging around the backside. It's going to be pitched back. This one's going to be dropped, and it'll be downed in the backfield.
Munoz on the recovery.
I believe Anderson turned the wrong way.
Looked like there was some confusion on that pitch to the outside.
Because I think he was supposed to turn towards his right shoulder to lead the running back, but wasn't able to.
You know, the way the ball came off his hand, it was on the back shoulder of the back.
Brady Anderson back deep to punt.
That was Brooks again. Brooks had a good series at tailback that time.
So Hornacek back, punt unit out. Anderson going to be swinging the right leg and trying to knock one over Hornacek's head, but we'll have to see.
It's not often you see a quarterback also play punter.
Well, you're seeing it tonight. So Anderson back. He's going to look to take the snap. As this one will be snapped back right at head level. This one's going to be kicked up into the air right to Hornacek, standing just inside the 50. He's going to take it over to the right side. Hornacek now streaking past the 35, now to the 30, drops down. And that one's going to be inside the 30.
Charlie Hornacek on the return.
That's a good return there for Hornacek.
Another Green Bay East player down, and he's in some serious pain right now.
We have, they got a player down, not sure on the number or the name, we're not going to guess. But we will take a quick step aside and be right back here from Notre Dame High School. So it looks like both sides will get back, and ball will be placed on 23. Hornacek with that good run. Got a stacked backfield I formation, hands off. Now over to the left side. It's going to be taken on. Notre Dame going to get a few more yards. And that one will be taken inside the 20.
That was Collins, the sophomore running back there.
Blasny now in at quarterback.
Blasny now in at quarterback.
Hornacek, the ball carrier.
Hornacek.
Well, Hornacek, another sophomore, had a nice game.
Your grade.
And the kick return game tonight, that's true.
What is that class? Class of 2020?
25.
5.
Gain of 11 on the play.
I was 17. I formation for the Tritons. A little bit of a jump, and that one's going to be on the Tritons, I believe. Looked like the left guard.
12 start on Notre Dame.
Kind of went over the line.
5-yard penalty.
A little bit, maybe try to get him with a hard count.
15 on the 17-yard line.
Always tough when it's a hard count and your own line jumps. So once again, we'll give it a retry. Now, I formation once again, one man to the right, one man to the left, hand off now, going to be taken inside, and that one's going to be carried for a couple of yards. Collins on the good carry there. He's just a sophomore, standing in at 5'8", 165, or 155. Nope. Yep, 155. It's hard to read when it's all stacked right next to each other. You got to try to keep that line. One receiver out to the right once again. Glossny in that quarterback. Takes a snap, handing it off over to the left side. It's going to be taken on a free running. Not much in front of him, and that one's going to be Collins in for the touchdown. Touchdown, Tritons.
Notre Dame.
So Collins just turned on the burners on the outside, beat everybody there. And not much left to say, but another 6 points.
Made a nice move when he was around the 3-yard line to free himself up for another touchdown, and they have dropped a 50-piece here this evening.
50-piece he goes with. In fact, it'll be maybe 50. Gotta do my math here. Plus 7, 55. Kick is up. And it is good.
Grusin's kick is good.
Tritons add 7 more. They are rolling here tonight, rather swimming. As I forgot to change the quarter. Excuse me, ladies and gentlemen. I'll change that. We are in the 3rd quarter now. Of football, 55-0 in favor of Notre Dame. So kickoff unit will be out once again for the Tritons, the home team. And nothing uncommon here tonight, as the Tritons have seen the kickoff unit out quite a few times. And both sides, as we have September playing on the air. Night at the Museum, the famous movie that played this song.
That's right.
When they have the party in at the end.
To return the kick of
One of the great movies, I would say. Underrated.
Yes, very much so.
Very underrated.
Yes.
But I think every kid can attest to it, that, you know, it's one of their favorites.
Ben Stiller was fantastic in that.
He certainly was. As that kickoff's going to go down the field, it'll be dropped in the back. Looks like Lyon's going to be picking it up. And he's going to take it over to the left side and trying to find some running room. Not much there.
Lions on the return.
As Lions just not able to get a good, you know, you got to get the basket going. And got to absorb it a little bit.
It's 2 things. It's one, he's having some issues catching it out of midair, understandably so. It's a tough thing to do. And also, there hasn't been a lot of lanes out in front of him to get some space to run through. It's like they're around the 10-yard line again.
Yeah, it's got to be a little nerve-wracking when you see guys coming full blast at you. And not much pushing aside in front of you. But nonetheless, Tritons lead by 55-0. Double nickel. Double nickel. Or 2 quarters in a nickel. Whatever you like. As we see the Red Devils come back out, they put 1 receiver out to the left, 1 to the right. And they got a shotgun formation here, or rather not a shotgun, but it throws down the field. This one's going to be back shoulder and incomplete, almost intercepted. And a good read there by the Tritons secondary.
They had the right idea that time, Green Bay East did. We went with the little motion in the backfield, some play action. They actually had a receiver open on that route.
On the breakup.
Just missed the throw.
Yeah, got to lead them a little bit. Now we got a flag off right in front of us. Both sides fighting for the true rights of the field. But nonetheless, I thought it was going to be cooler this evening. It's turned out to be a very pleasant evening.
Probably around 75, if I had to guess.
Oh, let's take a look at the old weather app. 73 I got. May not be the most accurate because I didn't use my Fox 11 weather app, as that is where I work. Now it's going to be taken on and a handoff. That one's not going to go anywhere.
We're all about shameless plugs here on the Triton Sports Network.
Notre Dame Academy Athletics Network, I think, would be a better fit, as that's what our webpage is called, but we're making things work.
Making things work. First show of the night.
First show of the year.
First show of the year.
It'll be a long football season. You're going to have to listen to us week in, week out.
Bring up 3rd and 9 on the 12-yard line.
Home and away, hopefully. depending on outlets and coverage and away opponents letting us in. But nonetheless, 55-0. Tritons still lead on defense. And we got a third and 9 on the 12. And it's going to be a run play by the keeper.
Lions, the ball carrier.
Lions not able to really get anywhere. And that'll bring up 4th down.
Looked like he bobbled the snap initially as he
Tony
went
Huss
back
in on
to
stop.
pass down one and didn't feel comfortable, so he tucked in and ran, I should say.
Proper grammar, always important.
Very important when you're at a
9 on the 12-yard
high-end
line.
academy like this one.
As we get a 4th down, 4th and 9, 28 seconds left on the score clock. Once again, Johnny Samp and Dom D'Angelo on the call. Both sides waiting, and looks like they're just going to run this timeout. We got about 15 seconds left unless we get a last snap here. And we're going to get what appears to be a timeout on East.
Timeout, Red Devils.
So 4 seconds left in the quarter. 55-0. Just trying to prevent that extra score.
Would like to thank our stadium banner sponsors
As
who are generously
we look
supporting our
on,
athletic programs.
waiting for the 4th quarter to
Bay
come.
Area Granite and Marble. Broadway
And not much
Automotive,
you can say.
River
No,
Road,
you know, just
Purveyor,
Green Bay East hasn't been able to
Lumber,
function, hasn't been able to get that,
Architects and Engineers,
you know,
Product
offense
Development
going at all.
Construction,
They did
Food
start out
Plastics
warm,
Corporation,
and they got that first
RBC
down right
Wealth
off the bat,
Management,
but then
and
everything's
Jones
kind of went
Side.
south from there.
Thank you again
But,
for your continued support.
I
of
mean,
Notre
not
Dame
much you could
Academy
say
Athletics.
other than it's just been one-sided domination.
Yeah, and a lot of miscommunication, I would say, on that Green Bay East sideline with guys running in and out late to plays, things of that nature. And Notre Dame has played a defense where it's been hard to find gaps to run through so far. They haven't thrown the ball a whole lot. They actually had a decent concept driven out the last time they tried it, just failed to convert. So we've been talking about it all night, where Notre Dame has just dominated the physicality aspect of this game and into the 4th here.
Yeah, without a doubt, Notre Dame has been the better team in this
4th and 9
one.
From the 12.
So 4th and 9 from the 12. Punt unit likely to come out. We'll have to see. And they're not.
They gonna go for this?
They're going to go for it. We'll have to see here. Player coming out late for Green Bay East.
A lot of guys lined up in the backfield right now. That's Keith Gibson, the 6'2" receiver in the backfield right now.
As the snap is taken, it's going to be handed off. I don't know what was
Anderson, the ball carrier,
the purpose of that.
tackled by Alex Jaden. Notre Dame will take over on downs, and that is the end of the 3rd quarter.
So the end of the 3rd quarter, zeros on the clock, 55-0. We're going to have to change the score clock. Say quarter number 4, ladies and gentlemen.
Spectators, we ask that when you leave tonight,
Get ready
you
for
can
this.
Pick up any trash you see around you. Your cooperation would be very much appreciated.
Bingo.
Also, as a reminder, there
She is,
no
quarter
spectators
4.
permitted on the field after the game. Notre Dame Athletic
But
Department would like to
55 to
thank
0,
Eric
not
Devotny
much
and his
happening.
maintenance staff for their endless efforts of taking care of our
You know, Notre
facilities
Dame's just been
and getting
dominating
our
in this
fields
one.
ready for play. Your hard work has not gone unnoticed. Purveyor Health is proud to be the official
As we
healthcare
wait
provider
on,
of Notre Dame Academy
got a
Athletics.
fresh 12 minutes on the
Tonight's
clock,
coverage
12-minute
is
quarters.
provided by licensed athletic
And,
trainer Mike Lemire, team physician Dr.
You know,
Ian
just
Romadine
trying to
Pratt,
get back into this
and
one.
physician assistant
The
Mackenzie
broadcasting
Snyder.
routine now
From Purveyor,
back in swing. Once again,
providing
video
expert
not
care
tonight, but we're going to
for
try to work
people
on that
who
throughout the
really
week and
get.
bring it back to you for next week.
That's the goal. Should be good.
Certainly should. as we wait on. Ball right on the 5-yard line, just about 6. They're going to call it the 5 on the score clock, so I'm going to go with 5. Notre Dame bringing 2 receivers out to the right.
First and goal from the 5.
And stacked up in the backfield, got an I formation.
Jack Collins down at quarterback.
Collins in at quarterback, handoff. Now it's going to be taken over to the right side. Not much running room.
Collins, the ball carrier.
As Collins wasn't able to get anywhere.
Bringing in the sophomore quarterback, Jack Collins now.
Gain of 1 on the play.
Throwing in the young guys in this fourth quarter.
4-yard line.
Let's see what they can do here. They bring 2 receivers out to the left. And once again, putting a heavy set in the backfield. Snap taken, handed off. Now to be ran up the middle just to
Collins,
the left shoulder of the tackle. And Collins wasn't able to find much.
Green Bay East was ready for the run that time.
It was a good stand indeed.
Densmore and Grajada in on the stop for the Red Devils. No gain on the play.
No gain. And we got a
Brings up
3rd and 4.
goal on the 4-yard line.
3rd and goal on the 4-yard line. Triton's knocking on the door again. They're looking to kick it in now. But right now they're politely knocking. 1 receiver wide to the left. Got an offset stack in the backfield. Snap taken. This one's going to be whistled dead. So we got a false start.
False start.
On the offense.
The indication on Notre Dame. That'll be a 5-yard penalty. We'll bring up 3rd
So
and goal.
third and 9. From the 9. And Notre Dame, you think they might go to a fade route here?
With where the ball is, it looks like it's on the left hash. So you'd think, well, maybe it's more towards midfield, I would think. Middle of the field, I would say. So single receiver set.
Yep. They got a fullback in there as well. Quarterback under center, going to take the snap, hand this one off over to the left side. Not much running room, and
Collins, the ball carrier.
East was able to stop that rush.
David Ayala in on the stop for the Red Devils.
It's a good stand that time from Green Bay East.
Without a doubt, you like
No
to see
gain
it.
on the play. We'll bring up 4th and
And that'll bring up
goal
4th
on
and
the
goal.
9-yard line.
We'll have to see what Notre Dame does here. Looks like they're going to go for it. And why not? It's a risky set here. We got 1 receiver out to the left, 2 to the right. Quarterback goes under center.
Might be having a blitz here from the left side.
Yep. Creeps in. Now it's going to be handed off straight up the middle, and a bunch of running room for a touchdown. Christian Collins
Touchdown,
with another
Notre
one.
Dame.
Fooled everybody. They kind of came out with the spread and just went right back up the middle. Didn't change their ways.
And that's what we've been saying the whole night. When you open up the field with more receiver sets, that opens the middle of the field because less guys are in the box. Christian Collins able to take it for another touchdown.
9 yards. 9 yards.
9 yards.
There you go. But good run by him, nonetheless.
Yeah, very strong push from the offensive line up front.
And that one's up and good for the extra point.
Gruson's attempt after is good.
We got a score of 62-0 in favor of your Green Bay Tritons.
Fans, we invite you to attend other athletic home events this week. Tomorrow, Saturday, September 3rd, the varsity volleyball team is at home.
So
The 7th
62.
annual Tom Larson Classic. Matches
They
start
hit
at
the
9
70
a.m.
mark by the end of this one,
5
Dom?
of the top-ranked teams in the state will be
The way that
competing.
this is going, it looks like it might end up
This
that
Tuesday,
way.
September 6th, the girls' tennis team will be at home versus Pulaski. That
As
match
we
will
mentioned,
begin at 4
lopsided
p.m.
game so far.
Also on Tuesday, boys
Well, that
soccer
last
will
drive had to
hosting
be a cool
Waupun
moment for
right here at Ted Fritz
the
Field.
Collins family. Those
JV at
two,
4:30.
Jack and Christian, twin
Varsity
brothers.
will follow 20 minutes after the conclusion of the
Christian
JV
scoring on the
game.
handoff from Jack. That had to be a cool
Also
moment
on
for
Tuesday,
the
boys
two of them.
volleyball will be in the alumni gym hosting Fond du Lac.
Without a doubt, the
JV
Collins
at
parents probably
5:30,
proud of their
varsity
children,
scheduled
obviously,
for 7.
Absolutely.
for more than just football. That would be terrible if it was just football, but
Both very good baseball players as well.
that's good to know. Athletic family.
Yes.
Well, that's great to hear. As once again, we have a kickoff coming from
Back deep to receive the
Notre
kick
Dame.
from Drusen.
7 minutes on the score clock. As this one will be put up. Going to be fielded and taken on, getting to the 20 and no further. Ball looks like it came out.
Correction, Arian Moore back deep and on the return. for
And we'll have to
Green
see official ruling. Their refs are saying it's not out. And he was down. So right at the 20.
Bay. Return out to the 20. It'll be 1st and 10 for the Red Devils.
1st and 10 now with about 6:20 to start it. Both sides getting ready here as we wait on. Red Devils making some changes as clock keeps going. Now we're at the 5-minute mark, 5:55. As East breaks the huddle. Looks to get things going. Looks like we're going to have a stoppage, but the clock's not stopping. As we have a couple trainers running out.
Didn't really see where. One of the far sideline, Green Bay East sideline right now.
Now it looks like play will resume, but that wasted a whole minute off the clock, essentially. A little bit north of that. As one receiver out to the left, one to the right, taking the snap, now rolling over to the right side, rather handing it off up the middle. And nothing coming from that one.
Nathan Rockwell on the carry. Emmett Hunter in on the stop for Notre Dame.
As the clock hits about 4:30, we're in the fourth quarter here.
No gain on the play. Will bring up 2nd down and 10 on the 20-yard line.
And 2nd and 10 for Green Bay East. Snap taken, going to be rolling out to the right, hands it off up the middle, and stuffed like a Thanksgiving turkey. What's your favorite
Rockwell
food
the
at
ball
Thanksgiving?
carrier.
I'm a big mashed potato person.
Same. Mashed potatoes are the pinnacle
Cody Huss.
Agreed.
of
tackle.
the Thanksgiving dinner. If it's bad mash, forget
No
it.
gain on the play.
The
It'll be
dinner's
3rd
kind of
and
over
10 from
after
the
that.
20.
That's right. You put gravy on it?
Yes.
Butter?
Yes.
Yep.
Yes.
Now what about buns? You gotta have good buns too.
So I'm
Bread rolls?
Italian, so I completely. You have to have good bread at
Oh,
every meal.
of course.
Every meal.
I'm German and Belgium, not Italian. As the snap is taken, this one's going to be ran up the middle, nothing happening. And we have 3:30 left in this one. But yeah, the bread rolls, that makes the dinner. That sets the tone.
Lane
Yes.
was the ball carrier.
Yes. That's the appetizer more than
But
likely.
what I mean, it sets the tone.
Yes.
If you don't have good bread rolls, it's like, well, the dinner's kind of ruined already.
Loss of 1 on the play. Will
There's
bring
not
up
much
Doesn't
to-
matter how
11
good turkey is.
There's not much to hope for after that.
That's right.
Back deep for the Red Devils to punt.
Because everybody likes a little bread and butter.
Oh, absolutely.
You know, something to snack on before the turkey comes out, and then it's turkey time.
Now, are you a person where you like to have the buns a little bit warm?
Depending on it,
Okay.
I typically have them, just room temperature.
Okay.
Doesn't matter to me, just kind of bite and rip them a little bit, talking to the cousins and the uncles and catching up on the days. But 2:30 left in this one as Green Bay East looks to punt. Rather not. They're going to take the snap. And inside give right up the middle, nothing happening. So that'll take us down to about the 2-minute mark. And Notre Dame will get the ball with inside the 20. So inside the 20 here.
Green Bay East with a turnover on down.
Triton's just looking to get the clock done.
First and 10 on the 16-yard line.
And the ball in 16. But yeah, the bread's a big deal at the Thanksgiving dinner.
Yeah.
You know, and mashed potatoes, I would say, are also a big deal.
I'm also a big cranberry sauce fan.
Oh, see, I'm not a big cranberry sauce guy.
Okay.
Do you eat smashed potatoes? Have you ever had those?
I don't believe so, no.
They're pretty good. They got the skins in them.
Oh, okay.
So it's like a smashed potato, like literally a potato, run up to the middle. That one's going to go for a few yards. 1:30 left in this one. And Notre Dame knocking on the door once again. But yeah, Thanksgiving meals. Got to think about those prior. Got to think of what you need.
Yeah.
What you don't.
And to the 8-yard line.
8-yard gain there. 2nd and 2. From the 8. 1 minute left in this one. 1 minute. And if it was a hockey game, you'd say thank you. And Notre Dame in victory formation. It's going to take the knee and burn the clock off this one. So not much to talk about, just kind of one-sided. Notre Dame dominating the whole series and the evening. I mean, really just didn't allow Green Bay East to get anything going.
Set the tone from the first kickoff, first series. Came out offensively, got a big play for a touchdown. And then defensively, man, they were stout up front.
Without a doubt, and the clock will hit 12 seconds. Both sides getting off the field. This one's over, ladies and gentlemen. The final score of 62-0 in favor of your Notre Dame Tritons. They get the first win of the year. And in big fashion on a Friday evening. We'll take another quick step aside, come back with our final thoughts, and then we'll wrap it up here for this Friday evening. Once again, Johnny, Sam, Dom D'Angelo, we want to thank everybody for listening in, but we'll be right back in a few seconds.
Trash receptacle. Your cooperation would be very much appreciated. Also, a reminder that there is to be no spectators permitted on the field after the game. On behalf of Notre Dame Academy, we'd like to thank everyone for attending tonight. Please take your time in the
Welcome back from Notre Dame Academy High School in Green Bay, Wisconsin. Johnny, Sam, Dom D'Angelo. Final thoughts of the game. Notre Dame wins in triumphant fashion, 62-0. And just your final thoughts, Dom, before we close up.
They did exactly what they wanted to do. Came out, controlled the line of scrimmage on both sides. The defense forcing a lot of negative plays from Green Bay East, a lot of stuff plays in the backfield. They were all over these Green Bay East running backs. And offensively, they had a couple nice passes downfield. They had three passing touchdowns, and all of them were pretty long. So they came out, established what they wanted to do, controlled the clock, and ultimately ended up with 62 points, which is obviously a big number on the scoreboard.
Yeah, without a doubt, Notre Dame looked good. Saw some good runs from Collins and a couple others. And just dominating fashion, simply being the better team in this one. And they took the 62-0 scoreboard. And that one's just gonna do it for the first win of the season for your Tritons. And we'll have to see what they can do next week, as we will be back in the broadcast booth. And I believe we're at Sheboygan. Nope. Can't remember quite where we are. But nonetheless, we'll be back in the booth and back hopefully with a video stream, because today the video didn't work. So signing off from Notre Dame Academy here in Green Bay, Wisconsin, Dom D'Angelo, thanks for joining me this evening. I'm Johnny Sant. We'll take the final step aside and have a good night, Triton fans. We'll see you next time.